this is Dawna Lee Heising, and I have legendary filmmaker Ted V. Mikels here for an exclusive interview with More Horror. So here's Ted.
Well, here I am.
Okay, now tell us about your latest film.
This has been a thought of mine for some time, to make a sequel to a movie I made, 35 years ago. That's very successful and is still well appreciated, and people like it very much. So in order to make the next movie, I chose a sequel to one that I knew everyone liked, and it's called 10 Violent Women. So this time, the sequel, I'm calling 10 Violent Women Part 2. So we just...
and what's the plot of the story?
Well, the plot basically is to empower females, because females usually are the brunt of violence. They're the ones that get beat up. They're the ones that get left out. They get lesser pay on the same job with men. So I'm thinking that if females got their bodies in order, got fitness, made fitness a priority to themselves, they then would feel more empowered. And then when the men start messing with them, hurting them, putting violence on them and so on, the women then fight back. And it's their confidence in themselves that gives them the ability to fight back. So that's what this movie is basically about, empowering females. And so to attract more attention, we call it 10 Violent Women Part 2.
And it's been a grueling shoot so far. How many days have you shot in succession?
For me, 8 days in a row, and that's...
Long hours.
Long hours doesn't leave any time for anything. Of course, it leaves no time for sleep and 0 time for food. It takes time to chew up food. We don't have that kind of time.
But Ted always looks great and is the consummate filmmaker on set.
Well, making movies has been my life. 66 years of making movies, so it is my life.
How many films have you made?
Well, we were counting the other day, counting all the movies I've made for other people, all the things that have done, comes to 52, 53 movies. But that's 66 years of movie making, and that's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of camera setups in all those years.
And an interesting fact is that Tura's granddaughter is in this.
Tura Satana was a marvelous character in a couple of my movies, and the people in the world really have admired her. She has a fan following that's terrific. Now, Charla, very young, just 17 years old, is not trying to replace Tura, but to me, she has the makings of a reincarnate Tura. She's a black belt in Taekwondo, and she's pretty. And I think she's going to go places in the movie. But especially in this one now, since Tura is known to have been in my movies before, like Doll Squad and the original Astro Zombies that I made in the 60s, 67. Now Charla, at 17, maybe can start her own career. This is her first movie.
I saw Doll Squad and it was wonderful. And it reminded me a lot of Charlie's Angels.
Well, you know, it's a story I've told many times. Aaron Spelling came to my premiere screening of the Doll Squad at 20th Century Fox, and he did tell me how much he enjoyed the movie. But 4 years later, he comes out with Charlie's Angels. So Francine was telling me she was showing the movie, the Doll Squad, to more than one person who said, that's Charlie's Angels.
It was exactly like it.
It's the Doll Squad. So anyway.
Okay, so thank you very much for this interview, Ted.
Well, I loved it. Nice talking with you, and I like you in the movie. You do so very well.
Oh, thank you, Ted.
Good.